All right, so let's talk about this overcoming adversity. The number one question I get asked all the time: all these damn planes today. So yeah, overcoming adversity. So just before this, I had posted earlier today. I posted the thing about LIFT, my acronym: leverage, intention, formula, and tracking. Like that's what lifting is. If it's how you apply leverage, the intention you put behind it, the plan, the formula that you have in place to get to your goal, and tracking of the goal, see how it goes. It's that simple. Now, how does that apply to adversity? Well, I'm going to go through a couple of examples for you real quick. The first one being when I wrestled. In wrestling, you have the basic fundamentals. And the first thing you learn to do is a double leg takedown. Match start from where? On your feet. Whistle blow, shoot a double. You get in trouble, reshoot. You get in trouble, reshoot. Fundamental movement, basic movement. Repeat it over and over and over again until you succeed. Until you impose your will to get what you want. Shoot, reshoot, shoot, reshoot, shoot, reshoot. Boom. That's how that works. Now let's go a step further, right? When you go a step further, let's look at another sport I competed in, boxing. You know, when it was finally developed, it was one of the most prestigious punches you could throw. It's just your jab, straight jab. Why? Because wild punches get jacked up. With a jab, it's faster, straight, direct to the point, and you can sit there. Larry Holmes made a career out of it. Boom, jab, 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 consistent, fundamental. And then everybody know 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, jab, cross, hook, jab, cross, hook, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, hook. Fundamentals. When you get in trouble, you go right back to it. So, when you're in a situation of adversity, when you're sitting up there and you're wondering, what do I do? Well, for me, I look at my acronym. I look at LIFT. What's my leverage? What is my advantage in this situation? There is an advantage to any situation that you're in, no matter how far down you are, no matter how backed up you are, no matter where you look. If you, all right, so just to show you how country I am, if you ever go coon hunting, hunting raccoons, well, raccoons eventually, they get smart. What they'll do is they put their back to a tree, and they'll turn around and they face your dog. They just sit up there like, all right, well, this gonna be the day. But they know, hey, that's a defensive position. Nothing can come from behind them, everything in front of them. Chesty Puller said it best. When they got surrounded, he looked around, he said, all right, boys, we got them right where we want them. Why? Because you know what's coming. You see the problem. Okay, now, what is your attack? Don't sit there and think you just defending yourself. You got to attack. That's time for your offense to stand up and do its thing. Hey, Alicia. But, that's what it is to overcome adversity. It's like you sit up there, it's time to face off on the things that you're doing. It's time to do what's necessary for you to succeed. Now, the crazy part about that is, sure, what's up, Titan? Yeah, I'll follow you, Alicia. As soon as I get done. And then often, so once you find out what your leverage is, then you identify, you set your intentions. You set your intentions, what you're trying to do to overcome this obstacle, overcome this situation. Identify where your opportunity to grow is, where your opportunity to overcome whatever it is in front of you, whatever it is that's fucking with you, whatever it is that's trying to stop you right now. Because the moment you can do that, Then all of a sudden, all you have to do is attack. Attack, attack, attack. How do you attack? You once you set that intention of what your attack gonna be, what you see when you see where that growth, where that opening is, where is that moment of improvement? Where can you find that one section of improvement? If you're injured, the question is, what can I do? What can I do to improve? What can I do to improve my situation? What's available to me? You're right. Most people, that's right. Most people say I want to do this, but they aren't doing it. They sit there and they wait. They sit there and expect the answer to just fall in their lap. The truth is, the best thing you can do to overcome anxiety, overcome any that thing that's in front of you, is action. Take action. Imperfect action will get you a lot farther than sitting there waiting. So then the moment you sit up there, you see what that action gonna be. Then all of a sudden you sit up there, you have your plan, you go after it, you attack it. Have some semblance of a plan, point A to point B, to C to D. Know what your end goal is, what's your outcome. And then the last thing you can do is track it. What are you doing to track what you got going on? What are you doing to keep accountable where you started and where you ended at? Like when I had to teach myself to walk again, it was, damn, I can't even stand on my own 2 feet. I can't even stand on one foot. I had one foot that was fractured, whole leg broken. I needed 2 knee surgeries. I still ain't had the damn knee surgeries yet because I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm still like, I'm not doing that. The goal was, okay, get to where I could walk. So every day I started with straight leg raises. For straight leg raises, I was doing ankle exercises. It's like I couldn't move my knee, but I could straighten out my foot. What can I do? Each time I answered one of those questions, it was like, all right, so I go for straight leg raises, I do ankle exercises. Oh man, I can bend my knee now. Okay, cool. Straighten my leg out, bend it. Straighten my leg out, bend it. I can only bend it 45 degrees. All right, so be it. 45 degrees. Do that 100 times. Do it on the other foot. Over and over again. Then all of a sudden it was, oh, you can stand up now. Oh, I can stand on one foot? Yeah, but I couldn't do it for that long. So I took my wheelchair. I stood behind my wheelchair on one foot. Stood there. I could do it for 2 minutes. Cool. Too tired. Foot started to hurt. Whatever. All right, rest. All right, do it again. What can you do? The question, it's like the moment you understand the principle that I applied earlier, lift, leverage, intention, formula, track. And keep repeating it. You can do that with your diet. What in your body, what in your possession, what can you do? Like that, you on a budget? Okay, fine. Within your budget, what can you do in order to hit your macros? What can you do to eat your food? Look, you broke, cool. That means your options are already limited. It's not that difficult. You sit up there, you have leverage. There is something right there, right now, telling you that you can succeed. Somebody else has been in that situation, they succeeded. But that's irrelevant. What's relevant is you are now in that situation. You have everything that's possible for you to succeed. Everything. In any situation that you're in. It may not be the way you want to do it. It may not be the ideal way you want to do it. It may not go the way you think it should go. But you got it right there in front of you, and you can do the damn thing. The only thing saying that you can't is you. So, I'll tell everybody, the number one reason that I can overcome any adversity I get faced with, because in my head, the first thing I think about is, what can I do, and how can I take advantage of the situation to get better? I'm not sitting up there going boo-hoo and saying, oh, well, like, yeah, sure, I have my ups and downs. I may get depressed about, hey, I can't walk. I may get depressed about the fact that, like, I can't see. I may get depressed about I can't breathe. I can't lay down flat. I can come up with all the reasons I can't do something. I can come up with all the reasons doctors told me I wasn't going to do this, do that, or the other thing. whatever. Or I can sit up there and say, you know what, this is what I can do, and take advantage of it. Um, you know what? I really don't see a problem like with parents spoiling their kids. Honestly, it's like it's it becomes more of a problem once you. It becomes a bigger problem with spoiling when you don't recognize the benefit and outcomes that are available to you. Yeah, if somebody's always handing you the way to go through something, sure. But at the end of the day, we all have some sort of privilege or opportunity that gives us leverage in the situation. Whether that be genetics, position, location. I mean, you could you can live in Southern California. You have nice weather year round, or you could live up in bumfuck Alaska and be cold or whatever that limits whatever activity you have. Everybody has some sort of limitation somewhere. So everybody has some privilege somewhere that will allow you to succeed. It's irrelevant to know what that plus or minus is. What's more important is that you actually sit up there and take advantage of the opportunities that you have. I think that the bigger problem is most people overlook their opportunities because they're so focused on the things that they don't have. And that could be whether you're spoiled, whether you're rich, whether you're poor. You're sitting up there worried about the next person or worried about the next thing or worried about that thing you don't have or that opportunity you didn't get or the opportunity somebody else got. And while you sitting up there looking at that, you missing out on your chance, your opportunity, the thing that's in front of you that's saying that your gifts right now can be of use, can make you successful, can get you where you want to be. And that's crazy to me. Because like, and then it was, it's even funnier. So when you're really like niching it down to like what you're trying to do or what you're trying to accomplish, and you really look down and say, well, I can accomplish, I can lose 10 pounds in 6 weeks. All right. Then all of a sudden you sit there and you track how you going to do it. Answer that question. You step, what are you going to do for the next 6 weeks? How are you going to track that? What's going to happen? What's your hypothesis? 6 weeks and 10 pounds, yada yada. The moment you start mapping it out, looking at it, you give yourself those opportunities to understand, track what's happening, track what you did, what worked, what didn't work. If you lose 8 pounds instead of 10, so be it. Okay, what was working? You lose 6 pounds instead of 10. Okay, what was working? Hell, you lose 15 pounds, 5 pounds more than you planned on it. What worked? Why? Did you get sick? Were you so on point with your diet? Did it just fall off? What did you do that worked? What made you excel? What got you to where you want to be? And then all of a sudden, the question then becomes, can you replicate it? Or can you keep it off? You lost 15 pounds. Now, can you keep 15 pounds off for the next 6 weeks? Cool, you did that. Okay, maybe you want to lose 5 more. Okay, let's lose 5 more pounds in 6 weeks. Okay, now let's try to keep that 5 pounds off. Keep repeating these cycles over and over again. Obtain your goal, maintain your goal, obtain your goal, maintain your goal. Earning each step of the way allows you to be able to see where you've been, where you're going, and get to what you got. But also it allows you to do the most important thing, understanding your foundation, understanding what works for you to allow you to be successful. And that works, and again, like I said, this works for anything. This works for your business. This works for your business, for your marketing, for your diet, for your fitness, for your health, for your money, for your budgeting, for saving money, for raising money, for investing money. You can use these same lift principles. Leverage, what's your opportunity and your intentions, formulate your plan, track it as you go, and repeat it, run it back, do it again. You can do that over and over again until you get to where you want to be. Eh, no, the only thing that distracts you is you. You decide you make those decisions. Sitting up there going social media distractions, that's a cop out. That because like at the end of the day, you're still in control of whether you do it or not. Take ownership. People often want to sit there and assign blame to something else, whether it be social media, TV, movies, your boyfriend, your spouse, your job. All those things are just excuses. The truth is, at the end of the day, the one thing that controls you is you and your decision making on whether you want to sit up there, take accountability for what you did, take ownership for what you did, what you're doing, what you're not doing, whether you procrastinate or whether you take action. That's on you. And then the most important part is how you track it and how you look at what's going on. The most number one thing when it comes to overcoming adversity, you got to overcome yourself. Because the one thing that's stopping you, because it's not whatever the problem is. It's not whatever the injury is. It's not whatever the pain is. It's not whatever is in front. Whatever you're sitting up there doing and you're pointing your finger at and blaming it on, bullshit. The first thing that you need to point and blame on is the person you look at in the mirror. Because that's whose fault it is. That's whose choice it is. Those decisions you made 2 years ago, that's what's happening right now. Those decisions you made 5 years ago, that's what's happening right now. That's what got you there. You. Your mama, nope. Your daddy, nope. Whatever they did to you, okay. Right now, it's up to you to take ownership for what you're doing, what's going on with you, whether they spoiled you or they gave you everything that you want. It's still up to you with what you do with it right now. Because what you do right now is going to affect what happens in 5 years, what's going to happen in 2 years, what's going to happen in 10 days. That's on you, nobody else. Now, if something impedes that between now and then, again, got no control over that. What you do have control over, Y-O-U. Oh, wow. Yep, pretty much covered that. Another thing I kind of find that's interesting when it comes to adversity is that we fail to hold ourselves accountable in the moment. Because what happened, why it happened, why we're here is irrelevant now. What does matter is what's right now, what we do right now going forward. Most of the time we look back at the cause of the injury, the cause, and we're stuck on the effect, we're stuck on the adversity, we're stuck on the problem. Thanks, man, I appreciate that. But most of the time people will sit up there and they fail to recognize, they fail to look at the fact that right now, in this moment, you can decide to get up and try. Most of the time, most people just need to ask themselves, have they tried to genuinely try? Have they tried to genuinely suffer through this moment, sit in the problem, and actually attack it? Or are they just giving up too soon? Giving up before they get to fruition. Giving up before they get to success. Giving up before they see that outcome that they've been envisioning, that they dreamed about, that they said somebody else got lucky for. That they said somebody else it just fell in their lap. Because they didn't see the adversity. They didn't see the struggle. They didn't see the pain. They didn't see all the crap that happened before their success happened. And then they only see their pain. They only see their suffering. They only see what they're going through. And then they sit there and they go, well, if this happened, this would have been this way. Nah, dog. Nah. I mean, it's what it is. You have to sit up there at that moment. You have to come to that one realization. You decide that you're going to overcome adversity. You do one thing: commit. when I said earlier, you commit. Like when you go back and you shoot that double, you commit to taking that shot. You commit to throwing that jab. You commit to it, and there's no going back. It's all in on that moment. Drive, 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 drive. No second guessing. That's it. You commit to it. You put everything you got into that moment to succeed. That's how I live my life. I make a decision, I commit to it, and I just drive. That's my secret to overcoming adversity. I have my foundation. I have my principles. I stick to it. So be sure to look at my previous posts on just lift and how to apply the lift principles. I'm going to do some more stuff on it. But mostly, like I said, it's that moment that you have to understand. Commitment, you're either all in or you're out. There's no half. There's no partials. There's no, there, it's either you do or you don't. Like Yoda said, there is no try, there's only do. That's how commitment works. So at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Just lift. Find your leverage. Set your intention. Formulate the plan. Track the process. All right? I appreciate y'all's time. Hope you find this valuable. And be sure to look out for my next live. I'll probably do another one later today. But we're going to keep talking about some more things on the mindset area. Trying to get our heads straight, stay focused, and overcome whatever's in front of us. I want y'all to go out there, roar, motherfuckers. Peace.